Alright everyone, welcome back to Call of Duty. Now this video is a game that I played while I was grinding the Uzi, which was a nightmare and a half. And I knew it was going to be, which is why I left it for last. I do now, I did get a gold and I do now have platinum SMGs. Which was a grind, but it's there. We finished that off. We have platinum SMGs now. The Uzi by far, to me, in my opinion, by far is the worst SMG in the game. It just is. Like, second worst would probably be the AUG, but only because it's to me it's not a great SMG, just because of the way I want to play. I want it to be fast. I want to be able to go quick. I want to be able to hit fire. I want to be able to quickly ADS. The AUG just isn't that type of an SMG. It's more of a power SMG, and it does a good job at that, which is why it's above the Uzi, because the Uzi is supposed to be more of a speed SMG. It's supposed to be more of a quick, like, ADS SMG, but it's slower. The recoil is annoying because not only does it have vertical like recoil, but it has horizontal recoil as well, which is really annoying. It's like I said, it's slow. Even with the attachments to make the ADS speed quick, you have to completely sell out on the damage to make it quick ADS, and the damage just isn't good enough that you can just leave it base, because it's a weak SMG on top of the fact that it has the recoil, on top of the fact that it's slow to ADS and kind of a slow movement speed SMG. And in core, if you play with it in core, I can't imagine the amount of hit markers you have to get before you kill somebody with this thing. Because on hardcore, there's so many times where I'll turn a corner, double dink somebody in the forehead with it, and they just don't die, and I have to shoot them again because the damage it does is just not good enough. Once you get the mono suppressor, it's a little bit better, but it's still not a good SMG. It's just not. And I knew it was gonna be annoying, and I left it for the end, and that was the 100% wrong decision. And I have since learned from it. So when I moved to shotguns, I am using the Model 680 first. Gonna get that gold first, and then I'll do the R900 and the Origin, since I already have the 725. The Origin, because the Origin and the R90 are a lot easier and better than the easier to use, and they're better than the Model. I've already played a couple matches with the Model, and it is a nightmare. It's very slow fire rate. It's not a strong shotgun. You're kind of slow with it. And it's just not a great shotgun. It's the worst shotgun in the game. But I'm slowly progressing that, and I'm gonna get that out of the way first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the other shotguns, and that should be a lot funner and a lot easier to do than the freaking Model. But yeah, this by far to me is the worst SMG. I'm glad to have platinum SMGs, but I'm never using this gun ever again. I'm just not doing it. There's 10 classes now, which is amazing. So I get to have 10 guns that I get to choose to have. Well, the way I like to do it is I'll choose my 10 favorite guns and have a class for each one. And if I choose to use something else for trolls or for whatever specific reason, I'll change that class out. Like, I'll edit a class and change it in and put that gun in. But for the most part, I have 10 guns that I like the most, and I'm going to use those guns in classes. And then the other ones I just don't use. So, like, this is never going to get a class. I'm never using this gun again. And there's certain guns that I really like through doing this that I found I actually really like, and I'm gonna have classes for. I have a P90 class. I really like the P90, and I have an MP7 class. I really like the MP7. I don't mind the Bison. The Bison's actually not bad at all, but I prefer the P90 over the Bison, so I have a class for the P90 instead of the Bison. And I think I still have like 5 classes open, because I also have my sweaty class that I always have on, just in case I run into a lobby with a bunch of people using M4s and 725. So I still have the M4 725 class. I have a PKM class. I have a Kilo class. I have like an MP5 class. I have an MP7 class. I have a P90 class, and I have I think that's it actually. But you know, those are the guns that I like to use. This one is not going to get anywhere near my classes because it's awful. It's so bad. I hated it. Even though I was in hardcore, and, you know, usually 2 to 3 bullets would kill the person you're shooting at, even with an Uzi. There were countless times, and I mean countless times, where I would turn a corner, I would double dink somebody right in the forehead, and what happens? They don't die, and they one-shot me and kill me, and it frustrated me to no end. I had to take multiple breaks so I wouldn't lose my mind while I grinded this gun, and yeah, it's just not fun to use. And most SMGs, when you get into a game on shipment, it's fun. You get to fly around, you get a bunch of kills. Yeah, you're gonna die a decent amount of times, but you get to fly around, you get to get a bunch of kills, you're going super fast, you can hit fire a lot. That's my favorite thing to do. With this SMG, you kind of can't do that as well as you normally would because it's too slow. It's too slow. You have to put stuff to make the recoil a little more controllable, but also you have to be able to put up damage a little bit because it's really weak, and also like damage, especially damage range, because the range on it is awful for an SMG. Even though it's an SMG, the other ones have just way better range. You also this guy's green laser completely exposed him, and that's why I never used that thing, because I could see his green laser and shot him through the table through the desk because I could see his green laser sticking out the top of it, aiming at me from the doorway. You have to make sure, yeah, you have to try to get the faster ADS speed on it, because the ADS speed is the base ADS speed is extremely slow, and it's an SMG, so that's annoying that it's slow. Even the AUGs was faster, and the AUGs more power than speed SMG. So for the AUG, all I really did was just improve the ADS speed, and then a little bit of damage range I added to it, and it was really, really good. You saw that in my video where I dropped 85 kills with the AUG. That thing was, you hit them, they die. 1 to 2 bullets, and they're gone. Right? That's how the AUG worked. This gun, not so much. Right? Not so much. The one positive this gun has, that the MP7 has it as well, is that the hip fire accuracy, I don't have a laser on it, but the hip fire accuracy is on the base without the laser is ridiculous. It's really, really good. Same with the MP7. The MP7 though is basically the best version of this gun. And what I mean by that is the base version of the MP7 to me is about the same thing as the pumped up Uzi, right? But the MP7 you can make it better. You can put attachments on it and make it really good. And the MP7 is really good because it has the fastest fire rate, but it also does really good damage. It's really fast. It's really quick. I actually really like the MP7. To me, it's right there with the P90 and the MP5 as my top SMGs. I still probably have the P51, the P92, but the MP7 is literally probably tied with the P90 and like just underneath the MP5 because it's that good. The Uzi is like the worst version of the MP7 when it's base, and when you get it max, it's about the base MP7. I would even say the MP7 base with no attachments is better than an Uzi souped up. It just is. The Uzi is just not a good SMG. I'm sorry. I tried to like it. I played with it a lot because I had to grind it to gold, and I just didn't like it. And I'm an SMG guy. I like SMGs. That's why I got them first. I got them platinum first because I like SMGs. I like using them a lot, and that's why I went with them first. But this SMG is just not it, man. It's just not. It's not good. It's the worst SMG by far. And so that's why I went with that first. Also, I am not going to get Damascus. I thought about it, contemplated it, but no, that's not happening. Mostly and only because I have no want or desire. That's the word. I have no desire to grind launchers gold, to grind the riot shield gold, and the combat knife gold. I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. It sounds like absolutely no fun, and I don't want to do that. I will get everything else gold, so I'm going to have platinum everything except that stuff, and I'm not going to have Damascus. I'm going to get pistols, I'm going to get SMG, LMGs, I'm going to get the ARs, I'm going to get the snipers, and the marksman rifles, all gold. But I am not touching the launchers, I am not doing the riot shield, I'm definitely not doing the combat knife. That doesn't sound like fun, but this definitely was fun, except for the Uzi. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.